No game on today.
People kept putting these ideas into my head about the film potentially not being a commercial prospect, so I had to think about how am I going to get people to see a film about drag queens, drug addicts, and I thought, well, maybe this is a good idea. Maybe, and someone suggested it to me, maybe we populate the film with pop stars. maybe we do the Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Usher version. It's true. And so I went as far as I met with Justin Timberlake. He was a fantastic guy, but I didn't know at the time if people would accept him as a sort of a broke, out-of-work singer in Manhattan in the 80s, because he's had some level of success. I was very close, though. I thought he might do a great job, but then I started to meet the original cast members. And I was intrigued because I sensed something. Obviously, I was a big fan, but I also realized that they shared something because of the situation with Jonathan Larson, because of the tragic situation where Jonathan Larson, who, I don't know, most of you are probably familiar with it, but Jonathan Larson, who did all the music, composed the score, tragically died of an aortic aneurysm the night before the first preview of the play. So he never lived to see any of the success, any of what happened with Rent. So those 8 original actors did the show every night. In their own words, they said, as a tribute to Jonathan, as a memorial to Jonathan Larson. And something happened in those 16 months that they did that. There was this bond that was created between them. And as a director, sometimes you hire actors and you say to them, okay, go bowling, have dinner, and hopefully some chemistry will happen within a week. That was in one of the directing books I read at NYU, and so it's never worked, though, I got to say. But I just had never seen anything like this, and I thought, because of the way they interact with each other, because of this bond, I'd like to capture that on film. At least I thought I could capture that on film. And I also just was intrigued by their level of talent. The fact they really hadn't aged since they had done the show. So that was why I cast 6 of the original 8. The other, Daphne Rubin Vega was pregnant at the time, so she couldn't do it. And Freddie Walker, who played the original Joanne, was, at her account, too old for the role. I learned a lot on Harry Potter, and I got thousands of letters after the first film from kids saying, can you please make it longer? And thousands of letters from parents saying, can you please make it shorter? So I knew it had to fall somewhere. So I stopped being, Harry Potter was a great lesson because I stopped being so concerned about that. I really had to think about it as a film. Well, when we needed to find a Mimi, we saw a lot of people, and Rosario came in, and she'd never really, I think, done any musical. She wasn't a singer. She didn't consider herself a singer, and she came in and did Out Tonight as a rehearsal piece, and Without You. And she blew us away. She was very fragile, and she moved incredibly well. And I just thought, she's pretty amazing. This is a side of her that no one's ever seen before. So we, Michael Barnathan, the producer, and I, she left the audition, and we both ran after her. And we said, you've got the role. And Michael gave her his Rent necklace, put it on her, and then she was part of it. But it was really, we were convinced that she really was something special. I was never worried that it was going to be dated. I stayed away from, because I did want the film to have a bit of I wanted it to feel like it was in the 80s, obviously, but I did want it to feel like it had a bit of a timeless quality. And I stayed away from the more obvious, horrific things of the 80s that may have made people walk, the huge glasses, the gigantic glasses, or the gigantic Madonna hair we stayed away from. So no, I don't think the picture does feel dated. And it's, as I said, I think it's probably more relevant today than it's ever been. And I really believe that, because I think a lot of people in the country and in the world need to see it. A lot of kids who might be feeling confused about themselves. A lot of people need to deal with tolerance and acceptance. I just think it deals with a lot of things that I think are important.